Hey guys, the Aillio Bullet over here has this really nice function called playback. So if you've got a roast that you really like, or something that you do regularly, or maybe you bought 10 kilograms of a particular bean and you want to repeat it for your family or friends or whatever, you're selling this stuff, you go into playback mode and it just repeats exactly all the settings you had, your drum speed, your fan speed, your your power input. It adjusts all of those things for you, and it can repeat the roast exactly. Obviously, there's slight differences it'll happen because your beans might be at a slightly different temperature when you put them in, or the ambient temperature might be a bit different, or the machine might have been hot from doing a previous roast the first time, and maybe it's coming off kind of from cold the second time. So if you're going to use playback, it's probably advisable when you go into preheat mode. When it says you're ready to load, ignore that and just preheat for another 15 minutes or so that the whole machine is nice and hot and the temperature is very stable. At that point, you'll probably have a reliable, much more reliable playback. Yep, and here it is. So, the Bullet is doing a playback today, which means I've got a profile I've just done. You can see it there, it's already on the computer. And the current roast is just playing it back, so it'll do all the power, fan, and drum speed changes that I made. Well, I didn't make any drum speed changes, but that just happens automatically via the USB cable. And this is all very exciting. We'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see what the differences over here, because you can see over here they were quite a big. This came down and up and down there, and I guess it was maybe wind coming through the pipe over there, or there's not much wind today, so I'm not sure exactly what would cause that going up and down there. By the way, I had preheated to 300 degrees on both occasions. The first time I did preheat, and I let it run beyond the command to load the machine for about 10 15 minutes. So it did go beyond the normal preheat thing, so hopefully there won't be much of a difference in it, but you can see that there's already a slight discrepancy there, and in the rate of rise over here there's a slight difference as well. So we'll see how it goes. So far it's doing pretty well. If the yellowing, I pushed the button on the second one too late, so I mean I'll just tweak that. It doesn't actually matter really. Because I know it's more or less the same time. So here we go. It seems to be doing more or less the same things. We'll just see how it progresses over some time. This is quite exciting. It changed to fan, to fan 4 over there. Now it's changing over to fan 5 as I had done. I was giving a bit more fan rather than lowering the power because I wanted to just get rid of the smoky flavor that I thought I had in the first time I did this particular bean with 1 kilogram of a load. But it's looking pretty similar. I mean, the actual rate of rise is almost identical, just obviously the little bumps here and there, but mostly it's fine. Very similar. And there are going to be quite a few changes in the next short while over here as it heads in for coming towards, well, at the point now it should be at the point where I'd usually see a massive rise, so that's why I'd usually drop down to, you see, to power 3 over there just for a short while to avoid the flick just before first crack. So it's coming up to 196. I think this particular bean cracks at about 190, 197 or 8, so it should start cracking soon, very soon. And there we go, I can hear it cracking now. I'm just going to mark it sometime from about now, because there we go. And it's still following along pretty closely. I'm quite impressed with this. I mean, it should be doing, but it's just good to see. I'm not sure what it does at the end. I don't know if it's actually going to stop, because obviously I need to open the thing manually. I had a bit of a drop down there. I had upped the fan and lowered the power. I'm not too bothered about that. It's not a major flick or anything like that, and I'd rather have more fan chasing out the smoky fumes. So I think that's going to be fine. I'm really impressed with my little black pig. The playback mode is really helpful. I've got some people that want a certain amount of coffee from me every month, and it just makes it so much easier to, work out a good profile or a recipe or whatever for the roast, and then just repeat that. It just makes life a lot simpler. So thank you, Mr. Bullet. Nice.